there, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Chloe Manley and I am a nutritional therapist and yoga teacher, and I wanted to share with you some simple stretches that you can do whilst you're sat at your desk, which I know a lot of us are doing a lot more sitting at the moment. We're not as active as we normally are because we haven't got our normal day-to-day activities that we're doing, so we're stuck at home, and those who are working from home are working probably in less than optimal conditions. They maybe don't have the same amount of space as you do at work. Maybe you don't have the luxury of a standing desk that you might get to have at work. So ensuring that you're moving your body throughout the day is really important to ensure that you're not starting to get any aches and pains or any injuries at all. So I'm just going to talk you through some really simple moves and stretches that you can do in a seated position. You'll kind of see I'm bouncing. I use a little bouncing ball, so I try and sit on here for any work, which, you know, I can like move my laptop around and do this. And what this does is it helps me to activate my core. So constantly having to work to find my balance is really good core activation, and you need a strong core in order to be able to sit in a nice open position. What I tend to see in clinic is that people are hunched over. We suffer from something from human cashew nut syndrome. So imagine the shape of a cashew nut. That's what we're turning into. We're kind of hunched over. And you know, it's fine to do that every now and again, but we can't spend our whole day there. It's really not great for us. Another one is for kind of breastfeeding mamas as well. You spend a lot of time like this being very protective in that kind of nurturing position. So these exercises are really good for if you're sat at a desk, and also if you're a new mum, they'll really help too. So you want to place your hands on top of the thighs to begin with. So make sure when you're at your seat that you've got your feet on the floor and your knees ideally are parallel with the earth. If they're not, because of the height of your chair, then can you pop something underneath your feet so that they are? Okay, so finding that comfortable seat, we're going to take 3 breaths to begin with. So an inhale in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one, in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. And just release any part of your day that you don't need to bring with you now. Beautiful. Next inhale, you're going to look to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale back to center. This time we're going up. Inhale up. Exhale back to center, and then inhale coming down. Exhale, drawing back to center. This time we're going to take some head rolls. So the ear coming over to one shoulder, coming down towards the chest, and then the opposite ear to opposite shoulder, and then we'll come back the way we came. So coming back down, chin to chest, and then ear to shoulder. Nice, let's do one more of those. Link the breath with the movement. Beautiful. Now you're actually going to use your hands here to lift your head back up. So I don't know if you know, your head weighs a good few kilos. It's really pretty heavy. So we want to be nice to our neck, and just use your hand against the side of the head to lift it up. Nice. Now you're going to do some shoulder rolls. So inhale, the shoulders to the ears, and exhale, release. Inhale, shoulder to ears. Exhale, back down again. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale, coming back. Beautiful. Now we're just going to waken up the arms, okay? So you're going to extend the arms out in front of you, palms facing forward, and imagine that you're pressing your hands against a wall, okay? So you're really pushing, 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 but try not to reach forward with the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back, and then visualize the shoulder blades really engaging around the heart space, okay? So visualize the shoulder blades, the edges of them that are running parallel with the spine, and imagine they're kind of sucking in towards the heart. Remember to press out through the palms of the hands. You might start to feel this through the arms as they wake up and activate. I'm going to hold it here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. So that's nice. They've kind of woken up now. Take some circles with the wrists. One way and then coming around the other way. Nice. Fingertips onto the shoulders. Draw some circles with the elbows. So try to pick as big circles as you can. So this is a nice set of exercises you can do at any time of the day. They're really nice first thing in the morning. And I also encourage my clients to do a nice little exercise like this before they eat as well. So it's a nice way to get us into parasympathetic tone. I especially find that my digestive clients sometimes often have kind of part of their picture is that their vagal tone's not that great, so their vagus nerve's not working very well, and so this can kind of represent as tension in the neck. So anything that's opening up and freeing this is really nice, and then also freeing the trunk of the body, which we're going to move into now. So you're going to lift one arm up alongside the ear, other hand is just resting, palm facing up on the opposite thigh, and you're going to bend over to the side. Doesn't need to be a huge stretch, but you're going to feel it through the side of the body. And just find somewhere comfortable for the gaze. So looking down at the floor, looking straight ahead of you, or looking up towards that fingertip. It's a little bit too much strain for my neck, so I'm just going to gaze forward. And then you're going to press that hand and have it just at the base of the shoulder blade where you feel it connecting here. And you're going to breathe into that space. Inhaling again into that top hand. And then exhaling. This is a really nice exercise to ensure that we're in parasympathetic nervous system, okay? So about halfway down the rib cage, place the hand there and then breathe into that space. You might start to feel the back of your ribs starting to waken up. Often get a bit sticky behind where the bra sits. Another breath there, into the hand. Nice, and bring the hand into the waist, and we're going to take a breath there. Feel the belly rise. And then coming up to center, and then release that hand. Both hands on the knees, on the thighs, sorry, and just observe the difference between the left side and right side of body. And let's come on to the other side. So arm alongside the ear, palm facing up on the opposite thigh, and take a gentle bend over. You don't need to come too far, just whatever feels comfortable. Feel that both the weight is getting down into both sitting bones, so you're not leaning over to the left too much, but you're anchored through that right hip and right seat. Now that hand's going to find placement bottom of the shoulder blade. Taking 2 breaths into that hand and shoulder blade. This is a really nice way to slow down the breathing. Starting to free things up. Halfway down the rib cage. Really nice exercise to do just before you eat. Not only ensuring you're in the part of our nervous system response that deals with digestion, but it also is a nice way to start freeing up. So down at the waist here, the fascia, so the tissue that surrounds all of our organs, all of our muscles. Inhaling, coming back up, bring the hand back down, which can get really sticky. So for those of you who suffer from, regular digestive symptoms, who hold a lot of stress, who perhaps have an injury that they're working with in their body, the fascia will respond to that. So there might be a lot more tightness where there should be more kind of mobility and glidiness in the fascia. Things can get a little bit tight and a little bit inflamed. So those exercises are really nice, so you feel that nice kind of slidey movement through the trunk of the body. Last thing we're going to do are just some circles with the hips. So this is why I really like the ball, because I can move my hips. But if your seat can't move, you're going to move the trunk of the body, okay? So imagine your spine is like a wooden spoon. You're giving it a good stir, okay? So your hips, this is where the balance really comes in. And the ball's quite fun for that. Your hips are a bowl, and then your spine's a wooden spoon, and back in the opposite direction. And coming back to center, and the last thing is a little cat-cow variation that you can do as well. So hands resting on the thighs. On the inhale, you're going to open the chest forward, lean the shoulders back, and then exhale, reverse that movement. So curling the tailbone under, drawing the navel in towards the spine, and then lengthen through the back of the neck. 2 more of these. Really feel like you're unfurling the front of the body. And then exhale, reverse that movement. And then take a full inhale and exhale as you move forward. Searching for as much space as you can with both parts of the breath. And then an inhale and an exhale as you curl over. Nice, and then coming back up to sit. So I feel complete difference in how I'm feeling right now. I hope you do too. If you have any questions, then just comment below and I'll get back to you. I hope you enjoy.